attempted to take her own life. Well, years on, Shaheen Hashmat is now campaigning to help others avoid a similar fate, and her actions last week won her a special award, a True Honour Award. Shaheen joins me now. Thank you so much for coming in. Take me back to when you were 12. You were so fearful that what happened to two of your sisters was going to happen to you, that at that tender age you came to the capital.
Yes, so the same thing had already happened to two of my sisters. I was just 12 years old, and they could see that the risk was escalating for myself as well, and they got in touch with the local authorities to arrange for my escape and arrange for alternative custody arrangements as well.
How frightened were you?
It was terrifying. We had arranged the date, and I had to smuggle my few possessions out of a back window and into a waiting car a little bit at a time so as not to raise suspicion. And if we got caught at any point, then it would have been all over.
For people who don't face the threat of forced marriage, can you explain what it's like to feel potentially betrayed by the parents that brought you into this world?
It's very difficult to be concise about that. For me, it was the aftermath of the escape and the impact of estrangement that was the worst for me, trying to build a new life after escaping that kind of terrifying ordeal. It's very, very difficult.
Have you attempted, thought about, had any contact with your family since?
Well, yes, one of the mistakes that the social workers made actually was that they recommended I maintain contact with them. And so I did maintain contact with them for a number of years afterwards, and it was for that reason that I actually ended up moving down to London, because I found those ties very, very difficult to cut. So no contact now?
No. And how is that?
It's very difficult to describe. They're still alive, they're still out there, and I don't speak to them, and I don't speak to any other member of my family apart from one sister now, and that's a devastating experience. It impacts on your identity. You don't have anyone to turn to in crisis, and it can impact on your mental health a lot.
To the point that you attempted suicide?
Yeah, in the year after I left, the shock of it all was so upsetting. I fell into a depression and attempted to take my own life.
So we know that hundreds of women or youngsters, teenagers in London are going through this right now. We think there may be many more. Would you advise them, if faced with a similar threat, to do the same and run away, to just cut all ties in this situation?
Well, I think the situation has progressed from when I was going through it. There's a lot more support out there. There are a lot more people who are willing and able to help, charities that have 24-hour helplines. So definitely I would say do get in touch with them, and people will go above and beyond to help them escape.
Shaheen Hashmat, a pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much for coming to talk to me. Thank you.